I love to everyone going on and everything. Hopefully you're doing well. Nothing too exciting here. Call it procrastination art, but at least getting into doing something amazing. But nothing too bad. Endangered sea turtles of Florida. Interesting subject of the homeless sea creatures here. Currently doing episode 6 artwork for 4th of July, day 95 of homelessness for the homeless sea creatures. For more information, come check us out at Momentum Technologies HSJ at YouTube. And of course, the links provided on this profile and others. But as we get into it all, mainly at the moment, kind of just coloring in fireworks, if that's such a thing. But nothing ever too bad. All this will glow in the dark, so that's what's going to be fun with it as well. It should be pretty good. Won't be pretty bad. That's the fun part of it all. Midnight madness of wanting this done, and then a wrench getting thrown in your way as you're making it work. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. Nothing bad. Otherwise, I hope everyone's morning and evening is going well. Now, if you catch this as a viewer of the music, now you're seeing what I've been doing other than the music. So, please don't take offense. Important things are being done. Not that your patronage is allowed to be ignored as well. However, hopefully, this being of a little understanding should make it work. Now, I could really only layer the yellow on yellow with everything, even with the crayon as well, but should work out pretty well overall. And then I'll also get the black light bulb out, and you can see what we're up to. Making it work. But basically just adding in the little highlights here and there. Getting the yellow done first because... Getting the yellow done first. Because out of all the colors other than like a white, does not adhere well with other colors present on pretty much whatever medium you're working with. So it's usually the color you want to go through first. The United States flag is accurate. I need to get that black light bulb out so I can switch back and forth so you can see what I'm getting into here. Can't be that far away. 1 second, everyone. Alright. As I disappeared into the bellows of off camera. Get the black light here. Give you guys an idea of what I'm up to. With everything. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, my goodness. It can go into a wall, but not this outlet. Alright, here we go. And that should pop up. And you can see what I'm getting into here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that yellow's coming out good. You saw me filling that out at least. Making it work. Overtime, appreciate you. Overtime, overrated. Appreciate you now. So you see what's going on with the black light and what I'm laying in. So yeah, I'm basically doing all the yellow work. As you see, I got impatient, did the dragon first. but that's what's gonna pop up on this picture. And I don't know if I've ever shown like an actual scene, but let's see if I can leave that up. Damn, I gotta get something better. Oh well. But not a general scene, but boom. What we're creating here with the HSC. Nothing too bad. Shaman Ragas. Pleasure, man. Pleasure. Hello. But that's what we're up to. Because this is episode 6. Dang, do I have to get episode like... Alright, I have to get some more artwork out. But jumping back into the loop, to give you an idea of what this, should entail and jump out to. This is episode 1 of the homeless sea creatures here. Episode 1, the feedings. This is when they get evicted out of the aquarium. Day 1 of homelessness here for them. And then this is episode 5, trade trafficking. Day 87. Day 86 of homelessness for the homeless sea creatures. And just like how this picture, it will be black light reflectant. So is this guy. And you can see how I hid the UV into the crosswalk and several other things in the picture. The car. And everything else going on. About how I got it done. But boom, figured that'd be helpful material to be able to, put the brain in the check and understand what I'm getting at and gathering at. Although I'm not doing good at sitting down and doing the work. But we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. But either way, if you don't want to hear what the actual stories of the homeless sea creatures are, you can jump over onto this channel where I got all the stories. This is my music channel. But just doing the artwork, making it work. Doing the artwork, making it work. Basically doing my combination works of yellows at the moment. I don't know if that shows that easily. Basically using Crayola. This is Unmellow Yellow of their Neon series. Works out pretty well. Otherwise, just making sure I got everything. And basically, just filling this area in, because this is going to be the night sky. So basically doing all my light colors now. So I have a shot with everything. Weirdly, there's supposed to be boats I gotta draw in real quick before I fill in too much of the fireworks, but they need to be in place first. Like with the neon greens, I'm gonna put it here for this oh my goodness, for this highway exit sign telling you what road in the city you are turning into. This is what you're turning into. You're turning into Mediterranean Avenue. No, I'm playing. But no, yeah, like I said, there's just little things I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth. I'm overall just filming this that I wanted to be done. Actually, in a really bad backstory, I meant to do this last year and put it off because I couldn't get it done in time, and I'm repeating the same mistake again. But that's what the fun part is. Can't go wrong with that. But either way, make sure I got some good pencils with me. Because as I said, there's going to be some boats here. Kind of like this being their steam stack tops that you're going to see. Not going to really understand why, but basically the fireworks are being fired off of the back of the boats. These lines down here is representing the piers going on here along the harbor. Oh, and I know anyone watching is like, oh my goodness, he's getting out of that chair. I'm not. I'm explaining what it is you're seeing. So currently, you're here off Entertainment Avenue, like, as viewer of the picture. Right? So. So as everyone is sitting here, you are all basically back left. You're standing here and you're looking this way. So you're standing here and you're looking this way. That's what's going on. So that's what's going on in the picture. And this being the harbor, with the history of the big city, which is what this is called. This is the big city, the name of the city. Basically, boats that come in off of the Mississippi and the Gulf, and the Atlantic, come up river, drop their goods off to to the city and everything and so forth. And this is where they had the boats. Really, actually, all the boats unload from here to here, but overall, it's just how it goes. When it all started, they started here because they couldn't get the boats any further upriver, and i.e., as the city grew, so did everything else. Otherwise, there's a whole backstory to this city that I'll have to do a video on. It'll be like a PBS history channel, the history of the big city, as you can see, with its foundation and creation in the 1777 and 81 and 1783. But yeah, there's a whole history of the city that them themselves are entangled in as well. Basically, following along with the American independence and everything else is what this fictional city is based off of. It's not just one city, it's like 27 different cities. But that's why there's piers here. This one's going to be like a Coney Island with like rides and stuff. You're going to see people. And then this one's just going to be like a pedestrian one that people walk up and down. And then you're actually going to see harbor ships again like pop up over here. So, yeah, it's going to be some fun. Or what I think is going to be fun. Anyone else who is not liking my right-handedness and seeing the details I'm trying to add here real quick. But really just wanted to make a top of sort of this cabin here. Because like I said, it's sort of drawing what you know is going to be out of focus. So that's what the whole essence of drawing the fireworks in. So, like I said, kind of doing double duty, filling it out here and there. It does glow in the dark. I will switch, let you take a peek. I usually wait till I'm done. I usually like the full reveal. Really doesn't bother me too bad. But for anyone who's tuning in that might want to see, just know I am going to switch back and make it work. There we go. Might make it a little easier. At least get the light out of my eye. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be tugboat, this is going to be tugboat. They shot off certain fireworks that create the dragon here. They make it pretty beautiful. But can't go wrong. But don't worry, there'll be more music stuff if you're on this channel checking this out. This is purely a promotion for my business channel, I guess you could put it, for Momentum Technologies. So if you ever want to give the Home of Sea Creatures some love and everything, I'll be planning to do more of this stuff on that channel. Once I get up enough subscribers to do the live, of course. But otherwise, it's 4th of July, I'm relaxing, doing this artwork that I wanted to be done already, but I can't think of anything more fitting on this holiday than spending home in remembrance and in honor. In fact, I guess I couldn't go to sleep either. But otherwise, yeah, filling this out first, so that way when I come in with the deeper colors, since the rest is going to be a night sky, part of the key of layering this picture out. But nothing too bad. I think it's going to turn out nice. Even if I don't get this picture done today, it'll still be a pretty cool rating start because the detail work of these 16, homeless sea creatures is going to be fanatically nuts nonetheless. The walls, nothing going to be too wild. If I add anything, it'll be a garbage can right here. I've already thought that out. I wanted to do this whole sign, but I couldn't agree what the sign was going to say. So, otherwise, that should say Village Hill Boulevard, is what I'm thinking it's going to end up being. I was thinking like College Ave or whatever, but. And then I thought about doing multiple names, and then I was like, oh, why am I adding so much extra work into my plate? Because I wanted to be beautiful and perfect, honestly. That's the real truth. On this night of artist confessions. No. But it is true, though. I do put 110% into everything I do, despite what people might say or think. I make this perfect because I know I won't have another shot to do it right. I do that with everything. My music, my art, whatever it be. Things I've built, things I will build, all in between. And I know it's kind of hard to see, so I'll give you an idea with the black light, what's happening, or what I'm doing at least. When this used to work, okay. So the yellow is kind of filling in the pages so you can see it, but you can see at least what I'm filling in. Because yeah, when it all gets colored in with the darks for the night sky, that's gonna blow up beautifully. Honestly, I think so at least. I am drawing the homeless sea creatures, episode 6, the 4th of July, day 95 of homelessness. It's the artwork for the book. I've got 12 of these written so far. I'm trying to get the first book published right now. If you get bored, you can check out all that stuff on this channel, which is where I mainly do all of this. Otherwise, this is my music channel for Circle, Triangle, Square. But that's what I'm up to. This is the artwork that'll be on the book. You call it the storyboard art, however you want it to be. But since it's the 4th of July, these are the fireworks. And these guys are the homeless sea creatures. And they're celebrating the holiday the best they can. If you want to run down the characters, we got blue whale, hammerhead, penguin, stingray, octopus, starfish, orca, sea otter, electric eel, dolphin, sea lion, bull shark, alligator, albatross, manatee, and great white is who makes an appearance on this cover. So, definitely fun times. Definitely fun times. The other homeless sea creatures not in this. Just to give a bit of backstory, because it'll probably be a minute before that story is out. They're just down where they're looking at the fireworks down at the pier. They're not doing anything really crazy. They're just all together in the part of the story. Of this part of the story, there's really nothing crazy going on. So what I should say. But, yeah. This is a lot of fun. At least I'm having fun with it. I'd rather do this than anything else. I'd be content just sitting here making this stuff all day. Well, writing the stories and doing this all day. But Yeah, like I said, mainly just filling in the gaps here, making sure it shines well. There is 50 stars on this flag, although the flag had to have taken a hit of artistic license just to fit all 50 stars, because as I was getting concerned with there not being enough spacing and so forth, and everyone figuring out what I was doing. So I have this sort of American flag that's sort of womp-sided, but if you've ever been to any fireworks show, whatever it is they do show is never perfect right when you see it, so it could be just like the falling of the fireworks, I suppose, kind of thing. I don't know, however you want to look at it. Not necessarily indifferent, just not necessarily offended either way, how you perceive it. But right now, wherever I've hidden at least that neon yellow, I'm doubling them back with the crayon. Because unbeknownst, after you do like the marker and the colored pencil, you hit it with this crayon. It gives you like a good buffer, so when you go in with other colors, you can't kind of overdo it. Although I'm not worried about kind of maxing or mixing, maxing the mixing, but it's just a cool little safe space. Safe space. S squared maybe on just what to do. And like I said, I sort of have to stop and remember what I've hidden. And if you are new, give you another shot of the UV. Otherwise, I feel like changing this bulb. I just feel like it's bright. That's how she's turning out. Okay, yeah, I stopped at the right spots because I know where I've stopped. Yeah, that's the dragon there, hanging out in his glory. In all glory. I feel like today's Sunday, like it's the Sabbath, like maybe going to church, but I think well, it's the 4th of July, if I can remember what day that's on. I think it's Thursday. No, it was Thursday. Now it's Friday. It's Saturday. It was Friday. That's what the key is, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, so lost in the days. How it goes. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Happy 4th as well. Happy 4th, man. Sorry for the bullshit we're causing across the world, but yeah, happy 4th. Right, Eric 16. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. That's how it works in the UV. How it will work in the other photos, too. Um, just to do a recap. This is episode 1, The Feedings. You can check out the full story, but I'm currently getting the book made. But hit that channel. So the UV here is in reference to actually the sunrise in this photo. So as we're filming the episode, basically you would see that first, and then boom, daylight. How that one works. And so in episode 5, trade trafficking, same thing with the UV. Hit it in certain spots like the cars, but mainly I was doing an ode to the crosswalks. I found out that we're in Spain. I did my own take on it with UV. So that's in episode 5 of trade trafficking. And of course, boom, episode 6, 4th of July, day 95 of homelessness for the homeless sea creatures. Their journey from being evicted out of the aquarium. So yeah, as I said, 16 are not in there. The ones who are not in this shot are hippo, lobster. I can't remember the other two. Why am I forgetting? I'm so spacing on the other two. Gray whale. Okay, gray whale, hippo, lobster. Oh, and sea turtle. They're the ones down at the pier here with a closer look. We can call it, say there's like story A, B, C, D for this episode, and let's just say they're on story quite possibly D, if not B. So that's what's going on. This would be call it like Act 3 or Act 4 of this episode. This scene at least. Because there would be a lot of chaos leading up to this anyways. Let's try to get it done. I don't know. I gotta mix these greens in. That's sort of the key with it. Don't do it in the same spots with the green. But it does come out nice. So I'll do this one for this. But for this artery, look at this lighter shade. The lighter shade is called Electric Lime. And I'll just come up this side with it. And try to do a nice mellowing of them all. I'm doing the green first because technically out of the UV, the orange, yellow, and the green are the most prominent. That kind of really ember. Not saying that other colors don't hit, but as we know, the magenta and everything does explode, but against that color, call it shading or neighboring, color neighboring, I want to give the green just a shot, so I'm layering that in. Just so she has a chance to be cool. Because the crayon does work, it just gives it a nice little dull effect. And essentially, since this firework's in front of the flag, I'm doing that green first, in a weird way. So, like over here, I wouldn't have to really worry so much, but I'm not there yet. I don't want to be jumping. But just fill in this area nicely well. I can see this. I can see both greens, actually. They're kind of popping up. Kind of look like a disco putt-putt golf course, as I could put it, as I'm looking at it, as they're sort of mellowing in. But yeah, like I said, this pink is, well, the pinks in general are domineering, not in a bad way. This one's called Spring Frost, and I really like this one. It's in there. Like, it plays really well, actually. So, you can kind of see as I'm filling in the areas wherever the green's at. Kind of just take over a little bit. Not in a bad way, but you can see how it fills in the white space. And any white space that's left open within the menagerie of everything, it's not a bad thing. It just adds to the firework that'll show up. Because like I said, this will be like blues and blacks back here. So this will be forced to be nothing but just rectifiably intense. But for the moment, I think that's all the greens I got in there. I got him at the end. I'm kind of saving him. There's one of the times where I'm doing a bunch of mediums at once. Usually I'd be like all pencil, then all color, and then go back over and outline. This is one of those ones where I'm like doing both at the same time. To where the last thing I'll be end up doing is the outline. So if I have to stay up the next 11, 12 hours doing this, I will. That is the goal. Oops. Ignoring the chat though. Happy 4th, Rackett. Appreciate the love. But yeah, man, I draw this stuff every day. It's what I do. What I do. A little thirsty. Since I'm jumping around with colors, I want to work with this boat a little more. Give it a little stairway up into the flying bridge. And then, like I said, when I fill out this firework, there'll be white space left. I'm not worried about the line showing. I'm trying to use that as like a trick of the light as you're viewing something. But, you know, fill in the spaces around what makes it, you know, what makes it tick kind of thing. As I said, I got these little boats. That line is awful. Or is it just too thick? Don't need it to be that thick. I like thick. Let that be known. But no. There we go. Obviously, there's just a railing. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, that's a good boat. I'm okay with that. And then, if anything, voila. The firework canisters themselves that are firing off the fireworks. Off of the back of the boat. Right there. Ooh. Not even sure you call it a tutorial, but I guess just wanted to share in the magic. It'd be crazy if I get this whole thing done in 10 hours. I could have done this so much easier. A loss. I'm doing, yeah. And yeah, so the second boat would be the same way kind of thing. I could draw him different. That way it looks a little different. Maybe a taller stack. But we can give away the illusion there's something here. That looks awful. I think I just did the wrong angle on that. Should be fine. Hide it like that. And then canister, 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 canister. Boom. Alright, cool. So there's our two boats. Boom, right there. Ooh. Alright. This is that part where you can do that. Do, 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 do. Ooh. For anyone knowing, I'm heating up a cup of coffee in the background. Ooh. But I think I keep dancing around all the other colors, so I think just to be a little fun, grab onto this orange real quick. Because I know I got this guy up here that I've neglected. So I'll bring these guys in on purpose to make sure the oranges don't get played out. But I have a feeling once these are all hit, it'll be pretty beautiful. Because I know some of the oranges will be lost, but that's why I did certain ones like this. There we go. That works better for my eyes. Fills them in. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's turning out pretty well. Yeah, as I said before, I wouldn't usually be mixing all these mediums all right at each other, but do as you do. It might look like I'm going fast, but I'm really kind of not. I'm making these huge swooping circles and jumping ever so, kind of ever so lightly. And down here at the bottom, there ain't much going on. But I'm trying to add this pink and relatively kind of different on each level. And then in certain spots, this one is more prominent because I have another shade I gotta layer through as well. So if it looks like I'm leaving space, it kind of still filling in, really. If we're honest. So here, so you on the inside of this one, that, and that one. I think I got these down here. If not, I don't know. Then just do you and there. And you here. And you. Once you get that one. Roll it up nice. Fill in some gaps. Because even when I go in with the darker colors, they're going to chop in and fade in wherever I've put in stuff here. So I'm not too upset about what's happening. It's just hard. There's a lot of white space in the picture at the moment to really kind of take it in, but trust me, as the color pops, you're going to be like, you son of a bitch. And you're like, look at you. Look at you. That's how they're going to do it. Just adding stuff as I see. Is that one more, basically red or magenta, to kind of throw in here. Like I said, it's not that these colors won't pop, it's just sort of trying to give some stuff a fighting chance, if that makes sense. And then see whatever space I've left alone. But I think it's all gonna work out. I think I might have filled in too much down at the bottom, but it is the fireworks sag anyways, as after they light off, they always sag. So it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, this is a big yellow one, so letting these guys get a little prominence isn't too horrible of an outcome. Although I don't think I've touched this guy with the orange. Pink all the way here. Okay. So if I have these, and then one of these is darker. I gotta remember. Real quick. This is where you need a. Well, I gotta remember which one's darker. I guess I could do a test too. I could show you guys what I know, but anyways, you also see how it looks. Yep, it was one that I thought it was. Alright. I won't really need this crayon for the operation, but I appreciate its service. These two oranges work beautifully. That work. Ouch. I got papers flying everywhere around me as I try to knock it out. I don't know why that song's in my head right now. So yeah, this is gonna have like marker, color pencil, and crayon. Not sure overall if it's gonna look great, but I think it's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be fun. So letting some areas highlight. This one, like I said, I'm just gonna hit with the color afterwards. So I'm not too worried about it all. Because these will still have to be hit as well. But I'm just making sure. This orange works really well too. So I'm pretty happy. This might actually show a good example of what it does, actually. After I lay this orange, I think you'll be able to actually start grasping what I'm getting into with everything here. I think you're going to enjoy it afterwards. Because like I said, as I lay the darker colors, this is going to act as like a little buffer barrier, not letting the darker colors necessarily get their prey right off the bat. Let's give you that one. I want to start filling in the dragon. This terminology I'm using. But after this orange, it should pop up. Yeah, okay, I see it. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, just normal, and then. Alright, yeah, that's pretty wicked. I like it. Alright, so basically, know what it's all looking like. Haven't really shown you the blue or the purple yet, but not that of much haste or need at the exact moment, I have to say. Although I think out of my blues, I think it's this one that shines a little better than the rest. I've shown you everything else but this, because I know I'll end up doing these. I kind of want to, like I said, I gotta finish these anyways. I'm just trying to think about what else I have to draw, and then over here is the city. Or what it is, it's the north side of the west side of the city. So they're west side, in the big city, the way that it's sectioned out, if you think about it, is like wards or provinces or, oh my goodness, what am I thinking of? Neighborhoods, everything. Everything's got to roll. But like I said, the way that the big city is split up, for everyone's sake, everything Village Hill up is the north side. So boom, this is the north side of the big city, basically. This over here is the west side. So this is the southwest side, and this is the northwest side. So in this photo, you're getting a view of the northwest side right here, and a view of the southwest side here, with the waterway here, the artery, in the middle. So I think it'll be actually kind of a cool photo because you'll actually get to see a part of a town you haven't seen yet. The only other part of the city that no one has seen is technically the north side. You've seen a bit. You've seen the old fort. Like, people sort of have seen this, but from a distance. But in terms of actually seeing what this is, no one has. Otherwise, everyone else has gotten a view. Well, with this photo, everyone else will have seen, or everyone will at least have seen this part of the big city. Everything in between. But yeah, should be fun. Looking at this, I realize it can't be Village Hill, so this highway coming off, it would have to be. I guess it could be MLK. I have MLK Boulevard here. That could be the exit. That or Enterprise. I'm not sure. Hmm. Well, because is it MLK or is it Cornerstone? I feel like I would have to write Cornerstone Boulevard on that thing. Why is both, like, both names have to be the long ones? Alright, so I have Cornerstone, Enterprise, and Martin Luther. I don't have to fill that in at the moment, but that's where I'm at. That's my artistic, I guess, dilemma that's happening. But nothing too bad. Not even really a dilemma. Just what's happening. Alright, so this is where I say, like, when I'm doing some of this stuff, I fly blind, I fly blind, I fly blind. No. This is a part where I'm like, oh, you know, I fly blind, not knowing what I'm doing. I'm convinced one of these blues is brighter than the other, and I feel like I know which one it is since I knew with the reds or the magentas on the crayons. So I'm being ballsy, just sort of highlighting certain things with this aperture. I just hope I didn't aim wrong. And then might as well get the other blue in somewhere, just so I can see what she's doing. I got that, and give me that, and that. That's a good mix. So you're here. Oh, wrong one. See what I mean? There's sort of a barrier, so you only really fill in what you can. Probably the best part of it. And then this one. Oh, I feel like you are the darker one, but I still think it looks good. Yep, you are the darker one, but I am loving seeing this explode up on the video. Hey, I appreciate you, Red Ruby. That's a lot of love. I love that. Thank you so much. Peace and joy love. But yeah, it's coming together as I break the light bulb. But golly, I can't do that again. But appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the love. But coming together. Do 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 do. So I know the blues. I know the blues. I'm a blues brothers. And of all the times, I gotta have a phone call. Sounds about right. Oh my goodness, I gotta get off streaming, guys, but I love you. When friends are in need, I'll jump back on when I can.